Szewczaks, this is me, Maja Szewczak, and me, Candy Sparkles. Check this out! Now I'm a more poseable koala. That's right. Guess what else is going to happen? No? You're getting a twin sister mate. Let me guess. Out of these pieces? Yep. Even though it's not going to feel like I've used these to make her twin sister Brenna. Okay. Candy Sparkles, you can go now. You'll see Brenna right at the end of the video. The cabochon parts will be used for her koala features later in the video. However, Brenna Sparkles will have to have these parts put together first with craft wire before giving her features. So this doll head is already squishy because it's one of the cheap ones that have these already squishy heads, and they're easy to stitch and make holes in them with a needle, like with a sewing needle that's like really cheap as well. And she will be the Lychee Mallow twin to the fizzy Candy Sparkles. But anyways, time to work on her face first. I was cutting away this cabochon swan head that I'm planning to turn into her koala nose. So, going to do adjustments on her face to give her the koala feature. This doll's nose was small, but it was anyways going to be replaced with a koala one. So here we go. Glue the koala nose on and let it dry with the new koala nose on. Will later get painted anyways. And the palm tree cabochon will get a hook so I could stitch it on like an ear. So going to glue on the hook so it will be able to stitch it on after it dries. And also I would meanwhile, while the glue hasn't dried yet, I may want to hide it so it's sturdier area to stitch her koala ear on. And now let's let it dry. However, Brenna Sparkles' quote is, I would like to show you something less fizzy. But the sequin is fizzy. That will not last long since I will paint it anyways. And while her nose and ear is drying, I'm going to paint the body to prime it for the character. I want it to be the same scale and proportions as Candy Sparkles because they're twins. Okay, time to paint it. I still hadn't put on the head for that reason, but that's okay. And while the Brenna Sparkles parts were drying, I used the time well to make clothes for Brenna Sparkles. However, Candy Sparkles has to model it until it dries. This is just to make sure it fits on Brenna Sparkles because she's getting a similar body. Because the koala thing with the hoodie, I had to make holes for the koala ears. Maybe I'll try to make coverage for the koala ears. But for now, I'm sure it will fit on her when she dries. Just Candy Sparkles has to wear it until then. Oh, where is all the fizz in there? Brenna Sparkles isn't that much of a fan of fizzy things. She prefers slushy mellow things. Okay, it's just confusing me why I am wearing her clothes, and it's nothing that I would wear. I know. You'll get your own identity back once your twin sister is done. Okay, Szewczak, I've put the body together. Sorry, it looks a bit creepy right now. It looks like a monster from someone's nightmares. I hope you don't have nightmares just from looking at it. I feel like maybe I'll be fine as long as I don't look at it before going to bed. Anyways, have to paint it because it's just staring at me in such an uncomfortable way. Feels uncomfortable. So, white paint it is. And the eyes and lips just nightmare fuel. Feels like I'm going to paint over it to fix that. Still creepy, but it's at least a little less creepy. Let's let it dry and then I'll fix it because I feel like I can make a koala because I've made Candy Sparkles a koala. However, this one that her twin sister right now looks a bit creepy, but at least when I painted over the eyes, it's not that creepy, but still, I'm going to give her smaller eyes. Keep the Shopkins eyes, but maybe not as big. But that's for after it dries. And after she dries, I've stitched on her ears. However, yes, I did use cabochons, and no, they don't really look the same size as Candy Sparkles. However, I'm not going to make Brenna identical to Candy Sparkles, but I'm going to make her ears the similar size to her twin sister because they're getting different personalities. Going to use this cut up bead that is like a bow bead. Going to glue it on and let it dry overnight. before I can paint more. And once they're glued on, I'll have to let them dry like this until the next day. Meanwhile then, I've stitched on ears on the hoodie. And, well, the koala ears, they were hard to put on candy sparkles, but maybe it will work for Brenna Sparkles because Brenna Sparkles has like smaller ears than Candy. And I'm thinking, should I leave the ears white? Should I color them black or red? Like the red with the pattern here. I'm going to think about it and then come back to it. And Brenna will be fully dry before painting it, or before she gets her real paint job done. Well, the paint hasn't dried, but I'm starting to get impatient for the painting process. Brenna Sparkles looks now like a plain canvas. However, there's unevenness showing. So I just want to paint her body. And how I am going to paint her body, you ask? It's going to be pink, just like Candy Sparkles, but maybe I'll do a different shade of pink. Maybe because Candy Sparkles has a bright candy pink, I want to keep it for Brenna Sparkles, however, maybe more of a muted pink. Or a red pink that isn't like really red, but a little bit more red than Candy Sparkles. For her body, I've decided on this ratio of red to white to mix into a pink. Just going to also do a dark red for her nose, irises, on her eyes, but first of all I need a black marker for her eyes. They're going to be smaller than this, still keeping the Shopkins eyes, however smaller than what this head had. It was a monstrosity with those eyes that were too big. I normally like the big eyes on dolls, but not in that case. I'll make them a little bit smaller. Okay, she's ready to be painted now. Oh wow, the contrast. Candy Sparkles, Brenna Sparkles. Looks like Candy Sparkles likes the bright colors, while the other twin sister the twin sister prefers slightly darker colors. And maybe her body color should show it, I don't know. Hopefully it will be good, or else I'll have to paint it again. However, I hadn't painted her irises or nose on yet, but I'm going to do it. For her nose and for her eyes. Oh wow, I better stop before my phone storage runs out. And let's let her dry. I did try her outfit on, but I thought it's too red. Because the koala body is already red. And the hoodie detailing and the skirt is too red, so I'm going to scrap that and go with something else. Anyways, I've decided to also scrap the 1 hour special with the recap and do a different type of recap. And you'll see what it is. For Brenna Sparkles, I've decided to go with this dress. However, I kind of want to give this character a black hoodie, but the one that I've made her failed, so I have to make her a new one because her other one, well, the ears weren't fitting right. So have to also make one with less red detailing because she's meant to be pink, but she looks very red on camera. But there isn't that many red koala dolls like this bright red currant red or lychee red or something. However you use the colors. She's supposed to be lychee pink body, but she's very red on camera. And for the bottom part of her hoodie, I'm thinking of lots of different designs I can do. What would look good? Still going to make multiple of these hoodies with different design for her. So for this one, I'll do a glittery heart thing here. So let's add glue in a heart shape in that area. Just be careful so it's not glued onto the doll but on the piece of clothing you're making, because I still want it to be removable. And using a pin thing to spread the glue out to the shape that I want it to be. And let's spray the glitter on. The glitter I'm going to use is this dark blue. She's already got it on her dress or skirt, so for her hoodie to match it, I'm going to they part this and part this glitter and part this one. And once that's glued on, let it dry, and then I'll make the hood for the hoodie. And Brenna Sparkle's black hoodie is finished, and I'm going to show you what she looks like with the hood on. With the hood, I didn't cover her ears because I wanted it to be easier to put on and remove. But if I wanted the ears covered, I can always just put a hat or use video editing. And she is a twin sister to Candy, however they look different. She's the fizzy one, Candy Sparkles, and Brenna is the lychee mallow one. And next to each other they look like different type of twins, like the opposite twins, but they are still nice to each other. Maybe they just don't really like the same thing, but they can be friends still because they're sisters. And there was a palm tree in here and a swan head, and I like the way it's so different. Nobody's going to believe that I've made it using these in the end, because she looks like I didn't use them, but I did. So I feel like Maja Szewczak color is not about the recognizability, but more about the wow factor. Not that I'm trying to be the coolest and the best, because I'm not, but still, I like doing those videos because I find it like so satisfying, and especially that I'm trying to have an imagination, challenge myself about it, and how it looks so much different at the end. I just like it this way. So that's why I've decided to come up with ideas Sundays for a weekly video. Anyways, I'll show you the before and after, and bye Szewczak. See you in another video. Bye.